you doing today? My name is Esther. Thank you for joining me on my channel where I share gist and tutorials on food, fashion and craft, lifestyle and travel. I have different playlists for each of these topics, so kindly find them on my channel. Also ensure to subscribe. Thank you so much for supporting me. To my new subscribers that have been with me, helping me to grow, thank you. And to my new subscribers, I trust that you would subscribe. Thank you so much in advance. So in this video today, I'll be sharing some few tips from my own experience that help to ease stress in my long distance relationship. Being in a long distance relationship on its own has its own stress, like it's stress on its own, and I can tell you that it is not for the faint hearted. So I'm hoping to share my own experience, probably help you. I hope that it helps you, guys, if you're going through a long distance relationship. And I want to tell you that it's really possible. It's possible to be in a long distance relationship and have it well and good and have it where you want it to be by the help of God. So stick with me as I share my tips. Don't go anywhere. So long distance relationship in my own case happened for 3 years. We were dating before he had to travel, so we were separated for a period of 3 years across different continents. So we couldn't meet for the period of 3 years while we were separated. But I'm grateful to God for how He held us through those years, and some of the things that helped us stay together in those periods, the things I would be sharing, basically to say that you guys should do fun things. So I want to encourage that people in long distance relationship, you cannot be too serious when you're in a long distance relationship, because you begin to assume a lot of things that are not there. So try to do fun things together, part of which I would advise is to watch movies together. Probably have say share movies that you're watching. Actually share movies that you're watching, like, okay, I saw this movie, like discusses, so this is what happened in this movie. So for me, I think the conversation every time shouldn't be about two serious things every time, because even from movies you get to have some point that you now begin to say, okay, this is this and this is that. You guys learn from it together and you grow together. Also, another thing I would say is to like have virtual dates. So in our case there, what we used to do, we used to have imaginary conversational virtual dates. So we would paint scenarios in our head to say, okay, we're in a certain location and I was wearing a certain kind of dress, it was dressed for the dates, and okay, so we would have conversations that normally people would have on virtual dates. And we would say, just paint the scenario and laugh about things and all of that, discuss. And we used to have time when we say, okay, so we're rounding up the virtual days and go and like that. So that used to really be fun. And it was something that we used to inform each other ahead of time to say, okay, so I'll be taking you on a date next weekend, just like you would do in a normal physical relationship. So sometimes you just want to take your mind off the distance that is already separating you guys, and try to ensure that you stay close as much as possible. So another thing I would say in long distance relationship is to encourage each other to go out with your other friends. Yes, so being in a long distance relationship, number one, means that you don't have trust issues. If you have trust issues in long distance relationship, I don't know, there might be a lot of issues, because you begin to suspect the other's moves and all of that. But in our case, we used to encourage each other to have fun. Like, I remember my partner would encourage me to go out with my friends. If there was any outing that we had to go, like, you have to go for that. Even when I try to be lazy or I feel like, oh, I'm not down for this, he used to encourage me to always go for that. And for me, that ensured that I had fun. Despite the fact that he wasn't around, I was able to have fun with other people, my friends. I was basically living my life, not just waiting and saying, okay, so what is happening and all of that. So I want to say that encourage each other to have fun. To go to movies, meet with other people. Not in terms of having a relationship with them, don't get me wrong. I mean like having friendship outside just the two of you. It really helps to ease the stress. Also, another thing I would say is to like meet each other's friends or virtually. So like talk to his friends, let him talk to your friends and all of that. Yeah, so it helps you to feel closer. And thank God we have technology that has made communication really very easy virtually, and in every ramification. So the distance really would not be so much felt, because now you can see what you're talking to, unlike in the days whereby you just talk over the phone, you can't see what the person is doing, or what the person looks like, or what their friends look like. But now you can communicate and see what they're doing. You guys can do chores together. So I remember weekends when I'm doing my weekend chores, it could be on the phone watching me, would discuss and chat and all of that. And another thing that I would say helped was praying together. So we had a specific day that we used to pray together. So then I used to have really tight, busy schedules during weekdays because I had to go to work and all. So we would just chat over the phone. By weekend, we'll be on the call talking. So weekend was our time to catch up basically on a lot of things and to pray. So praying also helps. And as much as possible, you want to encourage yourselves, even when you're not sure, because at a certain point we're not sure, okay, when we would be meeting and all of that, but we just try to encourage each other to know that, okay, this is what we both want, and so we had to put all of that in prayer. So that's why I would say you should pray together. In as much as there might not be clarity about a lot of things, I think prayer really helps through all those moments. So I would encourage that you pray, very Christian, very Muslim, pray together. Is really very important. So another point I would like to mention is to share gifts, share thoughtful gifts especially. And thankfully distance is not a barrier to sending gifts. So you can send them gifts at work, at school, at home, or wherever they may be from time to time. So this will also just remind them of you and help you guys to feel closer, because people around you might be receiving gifts, and every time and you begin to doubt yourself, like, come on, am I still in a relationship, or am I on my own on this journey? So sending gifts creates a sense of reassurance at times and help them to feel loved, especially that if that is your love language. So you need to speak to that from time to time. And really, it doesn't require so much sometimes, but just the effort and the heart. Another thing I would say is to observe quiet moments over the phone sometimes. So basically both of you are communicating mostly over the phone, either via phone calls, video calls, or even text messages and all of that. But I would say sometimes when both of you are angry, observe quiet moments whereby both of you are not talking, you're over the phone, you're not talking. But I think in that moment, both of you can re-examine whatever the issue is in your own mind. But when you talk so much, sometimes when you're angry, it can lead to a lot of issues and things might get out of control. So, but when you observe that some things are happening and you guys are angry at the same time, I think you guys should just probably stay quiet, and then when you think that you've been able to put things in better perspective, then you can continue the conversation to say, okay. But eventually, I would say that in that respect also, you need to be more forgiving. I'm not saying that you should be taken advantage of, but I'm just saying you need to be more forgiving. And in that respect, I mean, you should be more open-minded. You need to be more open. So as in other normal relationships that are not even separated by distance, I think one of the things people do is to like gossip. Your partner is basically your gossip partner, that you like it or not. So I think your partner should be your best friend. So you should be able to tell them anything, share your sad moments, your cheerful moments, your wins, your downs and your lows. All of those things help you guys to get closer. They bring you together, and despite them not being around, they still feel close. That's why sometimes probably when you're happy, you just call them up like, so this is happening right now and all of that. So I think it's really important to share all of those moments. Don't let them miss out on any of it. You don't want to go days without talking to the person. I think for me, that is a no-no in long distance relationship. Like, it's already hard enough. Don't make it harder by not communicating. So as much as you can, share those moments, all of the moments. Never let them miss out on it. So another thing I would like to say is that you guys should get romantic, and by romantic I mean that you should share text messages. Let your partner wake up to a nice romantic text message from you, text messages or text message from you. In my own case, that's what I prefer though, because I feel like for chats, a lot of other serious conversations might have covered up that part. And I always like to go back sometimes to read them and to remind myself that, okay, I am not alone in this. So I would say adopt the style of text messaging for those romantic texts as against chats. I'm not saying it's bad to do it over chat. You can also do via chats. sometimes, but I feel like text messages are like good repository for those kind of messages. And all of these help you guys to feel more intimate and help you feel like, okay, you're not alone in this, which is very good. So this point I want to discuss is a very serious one. Like, it requires some effort and it's very serious. So, and it is that you guys should set goals and be accountability partners. So in our own case, we had a Google spreadsheet that had goals in different areas: spiritual, financial, physical, and other areas. So we used to share these goals every month-to-month basis. We would discuss, and at the end of the month we had an evaluation to see how far we had gone. And honestly, there were lots of months, there were some times that we missed out on these goals. Yeah, that we got busy, you know, things can really get busy at times, but it is something that we know it is part of us. And so whenever we used to, like, okay, so we've missed out on this, and then we would go back to it. And it really helped for all those periods. It really helped because it helped us to understand each other better and also get involved in each other's lives. So to go with that point, I would say that you guys should get busy but involved in each other's lives. So get busy with your goals but be involved in each other's lives, so you know what your partner is up to, and then you can be able to help them in that area. So you can encourage them. You can also get some resources that you think might help them. So for me, I would say that having being each other's accountability partner on goal setting is really important. It's something that we had that helped us through, and it is still something that we have, which I am really grateful for. Another point I want to mention is about sharing pictures. And as simple as this seems, I feel like a lot of people think it's not important, but it is. So you want to remind them of how you look, how you've changed, especially if it's been a while since you guys last met or saw each other. Also, to give them good screensaver pictures and background pictures for their phone. Share your pictures with them. So don't you be stingy no more, sis. Don't mind me, but really is important, really important to share pictures. And in my own case, I realized that there were coincidences where we had matching outfits, which was cool for me. Might not be the same in your own case, but I think that it's really helpful, and people around you already have the advantage that they can take pictures with their partners that you don't. But I feel that sharing your pictures with them would really help to fill that space. It might be like a lot of work sometimes, especially when you're busy, but don't go on too long without sharing your pictures. Really very important. Okay, so another point I would say is to discuss the expected time you guys hope to meet again. So life happens, we plan, and some things don't work out, but regardless, this shouldn't be a topic you brush aside. As much as possible, communicate your realities and ensure that you discuss that topic. Okay, so when do we hope to meet again? What are the plans we're making towards it? What are the things that we need to put in place to ensure that this thing happens? Don't brush that topic aside. And this gives a lot of hope to both of you, because we know that, just like the Bible said, hope deferred makes the heart sick, and you don't want that to happen in your relationship, because like I said earlier, being in a long distance relationship is enough stress on its own. So you don't want to put additional trauma and an additional stress to it by brushing aside this topic. When things change, communicate to your partner, and communication is really one of the important things. I would say is the bedrock of every successful relationship, both physical close relationship and distance relationship. So as much as possible, communicate and ensure that whatever you've communicated, you should go along with it. Okay guys, so this final point I want to make is to say that commit everything into God's hands. Like, pray about it, commit everything into God's hands. A lot of things happen and things don't go as planned sometimes, but I feel that with everything in God's hand, you just realize that, okay, this is not the end, then you try again. So in my own case, I would say that God really helped us beyond what I expected. God really helped us, and that was from always putting everything in God's hands. So man proposes, God disposes. So don't fail to do that. You really want to ensure that you put God in the relationship and you commit your plans to Him. Okay guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video so far. So these are my few tips for you today. If you have any other tip that has helped you in your long distance relationship, please kindly share them in the comments below. Let's have a chat and let's help each other. Yes, let's help each other get through it. But I want to say that long distance relationship is really possible. Don't let anybody discourage you if you want. Don't let anybody discourage you, especially if you have a sincere partner. Be open and trust them. Be open and trust them. Don't let anybody deceive you or plant doubt in your mind, and God will help you. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video so far. Please drop your tips in the comment section below. Share tips of the things that have helped you in your long distance relationship or that are currently helping you. I want to hear from you, and I also want to learn from you, and I'm sure so many other people also want to learn from you. So true, but I want to say that long distance relationship is really possible. Don't let anybody discourage you if you want. Don't let anybody discourage you, especially if you have a sincere partner. Be open and trust them. Be open and trust them. Don't let anybody deceive you or plant doubt in your mind, and God will help you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We'll have more conversations like this, and also like this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and even if you haven't, please give this video a thumbs up. But I know you have enjoyed it. So till I come your way again next time, happy holidays and do take care. Bye.